What is up, guys? Nick here. Yesterday, I'm doing some research on my Surface Pro, and I have the iPhone 8 Plus by my side, and I'm like, you know what? I don't really need a big screen phone right now while I'm on a laptop, and I kind of want to focus a little bit more. My phone was distracting me, so I decided to pop the SIM card into the iPhone SE, and I've been using it ever since, about a whole day now, just kind of, see what it's like to use this phone again. And I got iOS 12 Beta 9 on here, so it's the latest edition of iOS. That's running great if you guys were wondering about that. But the iPhone SE, why is Apple ditching this guy? This is what I've been thinking about for the past 24 hours. They might not be bringing this back. Now, keep in mind, this video is speculation. They might actually be in the works. Nobody really knows if they're ever going to bring an iPhone SE, but it's not looking very likely at this point. Now, the first one is that analysts are saying that Apple just doesn't have the resources to pull out another iPhone out of their, hat, and when they have the newer 3 iPhones coming, the LCD model, as well as the iPhone 10 upgrade, the second gen, and the 10 Plus. But I call BS on that one. $1 trillion evaluation. This company's got more money than it knows what to do with. So it's not about, they don't have the resources. They could have even just made this phone same design again, just upgraded the internals. Don't tell me that's not possible. They could have done this. So the iPhone SE, that's not one of the reasons. I don't really feel that that's true at all. I think that's just speculation around, they don't have the resources to make another iPhone. I just don't buy that one at all. But one I think that is true is that Apple really wants to push the iPhone 10 design forward, as they basically said that last year, that this is the future of iPhone. And usually when Apple says something, they usually stick to it, whether the customer likes it or not. Now, the iPhone, you've seen this year multiple copycats of this design, so it's clear who came out with this design and made it popular. Now, we know Essential Phone had a notch. This wasn't the first notch phone ever, but this was kind of the first iPhone ever with that kind of notch, and then all these other manufacturers copied this device. So I think that one of the main reasons is that they don't really want to go and bring out a new phone with an older design when people were already complaining about, how many times they redid the iPhone 6 design. My next reason is the new LCD iPhone. If they can hit the right price point, now I said in my poll, I think it's going to be $799, knowing Apple, because a lot of people are predicting $699. But if you've been paying attention to the current smartphone forecast, most manufacturers are raising prices. They're not going that far down. And seeing an iPhone at $699 with an iPhone 10 design, I don't know if that's going to happen. Maybe $750, $799, because it's a 6.1 inch screen. Take a look at the iPhone 7 Plus when it came out. The iPhone 7 Plus had a 5.5 inch screen, and it started at $750. So if you think $699 is the price, I'm not sure that's going to be that. But that's one of the reasons why I think the SE2 was kind of ditched this year, and we didn't see one of those. And when you think about it, when the SE first dropped, it was about $500 to $600. Take a look at the OnePlus 6. You can get phones like this for the same price. So Apple might want to be replacing the SE with a cheaper option that's more competitive with phones like the OnePlus 6, for example, as if they come out with a phone this size and they charge this price, it might be a hard sell considering you can get this much at this price point. And while there is a clear niche market and strong market for this iPhone, I think once everybody is really invested in the small iPhone and fans of this small device buy their device, then it's going to be a hard sale, like after the initial push of this phone. Another reason I think that Apple did not decide to bring another SE this year is because the rest of their range is getting cheaper. I'm talking about the iPhone 7, the iPhone 7 Plus. These phones, the 6S Plus is gone after this year, and more than likely they're going to take it off the lineup, is what my opinion is. But maybe they'll keep it. Maybe they'll keep the 6S Plus and drop this one. Their older phones can slot in as budget phones with still pretty powerful processors and really good specifications. So this could be a large reason why we didn't see the SE2 this year as well. And one of my last reasons is that a large majority of the market is kind of just into larger phones these days, and it's kind of a niche market, and Apple doesn't really always focus on a niche segment. I really think the small iPhone segment has now become niche. It's kind of like the Note series where there's a niche of users that really want that, but the mainstream doesn't really care for it. So I think the mainstream definitely wants bigger smartphones. I mean, take a look around yourself. If you walk outside, almost everybody has a larger smartphone. It's a nice B phone to have a smaller device, but the market and applications seem to be better optimized now for bigger displays, and it just seems to be going that way. And while a lot of customers, including a lot of fans on this channel and fans all over the internet, have been asking and begging, basically, they want this upgrade to this phone, it's pretty clear that Apple doesn't always listen to what you want. They didn't listen to you, people wanting a headphone jack. They didn't listen to people liking the Touch ID. Maybe they'll bring the Touch ID back, but it seems like Apple just does what they want. They give good customer service at their stores, but they seem to give the customer whatever they want to get. And if that offends you, oh well. Let's take a look at what I'm trying to say here. No headphone jack. Nobody asked for this. And with all the complaints, they still continue to bring iPhones that didn't bring it back. No USB-C. The whole market is going towards USB-C, and Apple's staying stubborn with their Lightning port. What else? Let's remove all the ports on the MacBook. Let's stop catering to pro users in the MacBook segment. Anyway, those are my thoughts as to why Apple might be ditching the iPhone SE. We might see it. Again, this is just speculation, but I think it's kind of sad that we didn't see this upgrade already. This phone is getting rather old, and while it does perform well, it does have a classic design. The iPhone SE had a really strong, fan base, I feel like, and to just ditch them like that, not cool. But whatever. If you guys want to go pay $1,000 for another iPhone that doesn't do that much more but give you a sexy design that wears off after the initial honeymoon with your phone, then go ahead. But the iPhone SE, you can cop one of these now for about $100 to $150, depending on where you look. If you're in, not in the US, it could be a little bit more for you. But having an A9 processor and a little bit less RAM than some of the newer iPhones, this is not really a great purchase right now, but you can get it used for really cheap. But that's my take. What are your thoughts? Why do you think Apple is ditching the iPhone SE? Do you think this is just a bunch of BS? Do you think that Apple is actually working on one with a notch? They might be bringing a new design. Let us know your thoughts down below. And if you found this video helpful, enjoyable, or just entertaining for that matter, do me a favor, click the like button for me. And if you're new here, consider subscribing for more. We have tons of content coming this year, including all the new iPhones, so you don't want to miss that. I'll catch you all in the next one. Be sure to be well. Nick here, helping you to master your technology, and peace.